This video is brought to you by Against the Flow of Mississippi. Against the Flow of Mississippi is a book about Jake Fayard, a Marine veteran who is unhappy with the political machine running the state of Mississippi. He decides to fight the corruption from the inside. Jake will face more challenges than he ever has and will stand up for what he thinks is right. His notoriously hot temper will push him to the edge of murder, along with his friend and brother Kobe Barhanovich. Together, they will fight the system and give the power back to the citizens of Mississippi. Against the Flow of Mississippi is now available on Amazon. A link to the book will be placed in the description below.
Count time on the compound. All inmates return to bunks. Beyond the Count, Life on the Compound. Brought to you by former Sergeant Allen of the Florida Department of Corrections. On this YouTube channel, I will explain to you the ins and outs and the do's and don'ts of a prison. Hope y'all enjoy. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you are a brother or sister correctional officer, y'all remember, be safe and we never walk alone.
All right, y'all. So, I want to make a video here. Somebody posted this on YouTube a while ago. And when they posted it on YouTube, I grabbed it. I think the video is down for whatever reason. But they called it Pride of Florida or whatever the hell it was. I'm guessing they were trying to I'm guessing whoever posted the video was trying to spell Florida and messed up. But full disclosure, I have seen this video before. It actually never gets old. And full disclosure, even further, I know all three people personally that you're fixing to see. And I'm proud to have worked under two of the three standing here. So, this is mainly for all you truck drivers that are going to show up to a prison and do deliveries. I was a truck driver too. In fact, I still got my truck out there, and I put a driver in it, and I'm back working corrections again. Been a truck driver most of my adult life. Anyway, so this is what happened. I'm going to give you the backstory, and the driver who's recording is going to give you the backstory too. But backstory is, I actually was working when this happened. I know the other officers that are not on this video, but that he talks about. I know them pretty well too. I'm not going to name them because I don't have their permission, and to be honest with you, it's irrelevant. But I will say that the two officers, I will say that the control room sergeant that was on duty probably could have handled it a little bit better, but she is a bit of a pistol, and that's cool. I like her. I think she's awesome personally. I will also say that the perimeter officer is also partly to blame for the altercation, but though they play small roles in what y'all are fixing to see. I mean, yes, I believe that this guy was looking for a reason to record, but we'll go from there. Go ahead and tell you a little bit about the three individuals that you're going to see in this video. Colonel Swain, who last I heard was an assistant warden now. very knowledgeable in corrections, has been doing it for almost 30 years. Assistant Warden Robinson also been doing this at least 20, almost probably 25 by now. He's still an assistant warden as far as I know, but at another facility. And the other guy that was there, well, I'm gonna leave that one alone. It is what it is. Again, these are people that knew that they had a job to do, and they were trying to protect the institution. But I'm gonna go ahead and play the video now.
What's your name, bud?
What's that?
What's your name? Rob. Hey, Rob. My name's Colonel Swain. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
We got a little bit of an issue. We just need to determine what's going on. Okay.
Okay.
Just want to hear what. Tell me what's happening.
Well, I came in here last night, turned down that road.
What time?
I don't know, about 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
Something like that.
Okay.
Turned down that road. That gate was closed.
Right.
I stopped, hit my four ways, tried to get somebody's attention for where I could go.
Okay.
You know, didn't want to try to back out.
Sure.
You know, in the dark at night. You know, 2-lane road here, and there was a dude in a white van. I tried to signal him.
Can you tell me where he come from? The white van.
The white van was sitting right up there by your loading fence.
Right, where that red car is.
Yeah, about up there.
Okay.
And I tried to signal him. He didn't pay no attention to me, didn't see me. I don't know. I flashed my lights at him a few times,
Okay.
but he didn't respond. He came over by your front entry.
Okay.
That lighted main security point.
Okay.
So I got out of the truck, walked over there, tried to talk to him. He waved me away.
Where did you walk to? Walk me through it.
I walked from where the truck was parked by the gate
Yes, sir.
over by your front entry.
What I'm trying to ask you, did you walk through the parking lot, or did you walk across the grass that way?
I walked across some grass and some parking lot.
Did you get next to the fence at all?
I'm sorry?
Did you get up next to the fence?
No, I didn't get nowhere near the
Okay.
fence.
All right, he asked if he got up next to the fence. The reason that he asked if he got up next to the fence is he wanted to know if he needed to send anybody out there to check for a throwover. I want to mention, by the way, that they are actually on prison property. They're right on the side of Florida Highway 16. That building, those buildings that you see in the background, is actually the training center for New River Correctional Institution. That road that they're standing on right there, they're parked on, is actually the road to Pride, which is owned by the state of Florida. It is inmate labor. That is for forestry. That's where inmates will go out there and they will work in the woods, doing whatever they do. They have cattle out there. They have a lot of stuff they do out there. And inmates get paid for this, by the way. So just throw it out there. He is actually on prison property. And Colonel Swain right there just tried to ask if he went up by the fence to make sure that there was no contraband thrown, because he doesn't know this guy. And again, knowing Colonel Swain like I know, he's very security conscious.
And I had my bills in my hand, waving them at him.
You're fine.
And he wouldn't talk to me. He waved me away.
Okay.
I walked up to the main entry point, and the gal there, she told me to back up, park up.
Oh, and the perimeter officer that was on duty last on that night, he was right. He wasn't wrong, but I got to say that he could have handled it a little bit better. He could have found out, hey man, what's going on? I've actually been on perimeter, which means I'm driving around in a vehicle around the perimeter of New River Work Camp, with a shotgun in the vehicle, and yes, it is loaded. It's a 12-gauge shotgun. And that's to prevent an escape. That's the whole point of perimeter. So him saying go away, and I can see him saying that. He was right. Hey man, it's the middle of the night. Go away. You're coming up to a prison. What are you doing here? When I seen a truck driver pulling up, of course, I pretty well, from my experience being a truck driver, I know they probably put down pride. They didn't actually put down that it was a prison. So at that point, I'll explain the situation and direct the driver to a place to go take his 10-hour break. But anyway, continuing.
Over here, she told me I was lucky I didn't get shot. Okay. And that the guards all have shotguns. Okay.
I can see that. I can see that particular sergeant saying that. She probably didn't mean it exactly the way that the driver's saying it, and I know she didn't, because again, she is a very professional officer. But at the same time, this is one of those, it's not what you say, it's how you say it kind of thing. So if you are a control room officer, control room sergeant, and somebody pulls up to your facility, keep in mind that you do have Karens like this truck driver that are trying to make a YouTube video. And I went through his channel and I seen a couple of other videos where he was just looking for a reason to record public officials for no reason. Probably shouldn't say, hey man, you're lucky you didn't get shot. Now, I don't know if she actually said that or not. I could see her saying it, but I don't know if she actually said it that way. It was more like, probably something like, hey man, look, our officers are armed. You just crossed the perimeter road and, you need to go somewhere. Anyway, continuing.
And don't be walking around there, and get the heck out of there. So
That's right. Get out of there. You ain't got no business there.
So now they're wanting their freight, and I understand. I want to give them their freight, telling me I can't come in without my phone. I'm like, well, I was threatened with being shot last night. I ain't going nowhere without a way to record it.
Nobody threatened to shoot you, dude. Just straight up. Nobody threatened to shoot you. Yeah. This guy's tearing to the max. Now he's looking for a fight. Now they gave him the excuse. This is why what you say is very important. And how you say it is also equally important.
Okay, well, you're not allowed inside with a phone.
Okay, that's fine. We already established that. I'm not inside. I still have my phone. We're all happy.
Okay.
No, dude, you're not happy at all. You're actually very hostile. You cannot bring a cell phone onto the compound of a correctional institution. By Florida statutes, that is hard contraband. Inmates are not allowed possession of cell phone. Correctional officers are not allowed to have their cell phones unless they are authorized by the warden. Now, the three guys that are standing here are authorized to have a cell phone. Their cell phones that they're authorized are state cell phones. They are issued to them by the state of Florida. That's how this works. They cannot bring their personal cell phones. Assistant Warden Robinson, the highest ranking one sitting there, is not allowed to bring his personal cell phone. When he walks up to the search area, if he has his personal cell phone, it could be a lowly officer. The lowly officer has a duty to turn him away if that cell phone is not issued by the state of Florida. And those phones are marked. internally inside the software that will say Florida Department of Corrections. I know this. I've done it. I've dealt with it. That's the way it has to be. You cannot bring your personal cell phone onto the grounds of onto the secure area of a correctional facility. Where he is trying to go is cold storage. Cold storage is 100% on the grounds in the secure area of a correctional facility. You're not allowed to have your phone. Period. Point blank. End of story. End of discussion. The reason for that is inmates do not need access to cell phones. It is a felony, a third-degree felony.
Now, you're trying to get to the cold storage, right? I'm gonna get in contact with them, okay?
Well, I ain't giving up my phone.
Well, you're not going inside.
Okay.
I mean, all we do.
And that's right. You're not going inside. Colonel Swain is right. You're not going inside.
Is it your policy to threaten to shoot people?
Did they threaten to shoot you? They said they were going to shoot you, or did they say your first statement was they said lucky you didn't get shot because they didn't say we was going to shoot you?
When you walk up to my truck and I say you're lucky you didn't get shot, how are you going to take that? How are you going to take that? That's a threat, isn't it? A reasonable person would construe that as a threat to be shot.
I kind of see his point if it was said the way he said it was. I don't think it was.
Now, when the officer in the van told you to stay back, what did you do then?
I walked away from him.
But how did you make it to the control room if you walked away? What I'm trying to do, and I don't care that you're filming me, okay? I'm gonna kind of piece it together so I can put it in my report.
He was parked about 30 to 50 feet away from the guard shack there.
There is no guard shack. There is no guard shack. He's probably talking about the tower at the prison next door, which is UCI. There is no guard shack at New River Work Camp.
He told me, waved me away, said, go away, I can't talk to you.
Right,
so I walked over and talked to her.
Proceeded on to the thing, okay? All right. How was you dressed in the same attire?
More or less, yeah, I think I was wearing a t-shirt. This is a clean shirt.
Wow, I'm surprised he got a clean shirt. Anyway.
Well, first of all, we just want to say, my name is Sister Warden Robinson of New River. First of all, we just want to say, if that happened, we apologize, but we have rules are in place to make sure that you're safe as well as our officers and the inmate population. The phones are prohibited from entering the facility. Okay. So that's part of the reason why you're not allowed in. Is there any reason why you don't want to relinquish your phones?
I already told you why I don't want to. I've been threatened once already. I ain't going in there without a way to record it.
You weren't threatened, bro. Don't even try that. You were not threatened. Assistant Warden Robinson is doing the right thing here. And there are rules. You either follow them or you don't get to do whatever it is that you're trying to do. It's as simple as that.
Okay, so you understand that if you don't give up the phone, you're not going to enter the facility.
That's your choice.
Okay. Well, that's
Actually, it's your choice.
No, that's your choice, dude. You choose. You're not choosing. You're choosing to not follow the rules, so no, you're not coming in.
Well, that's your choice. I'm not a state of Florida employee. I'm not an inmate of your facility, and I don't work for you.
Good. Glad we established that. So if that's the case, maybe don't deliver to a prison.
Okay?
okay.
I'm I'm a truck driver. I'm a private man, and I'm not going to give up my rights to deliver here.
You just gave up your right to deliver there. You're now. I don't know what company this guy works for, but I hope they fired his ass over this. If I was his boss, he'd be fired.
That's fine. You don't have to live here. Can I get your full names?
You got Rob. That's all you need.
Rob, all you need. John, Christian, and Chuck.
There you go.
Well, this is what we're going to do now. Since you're not going to deliver whatever items you come to pick up or drop off, you're not going to give up your phone. I can't allow you to stay here.
Is this prison property here?
Yes,
it is.
You own prison property.
Okay.
So if you don't agree to leave, then we're going to have to notify the Union County deputy.
I got no problem leaving.
So you're going to agree to leave, or
Sure.
we're going to have to call the deputies out?
No, I'll leave.
Okay, we appreciate it. Got all the information you need? All right,
Be careful,
thank you.
Rob.
Be careful.
Y'all have a nice day.
I've seen this video before, like I said. I didn't realize he drove for JCT, John Christmas Trucking. I hope JCT fired his ass. I hope they saw this video and they fired him. You cannot. First off, when you're a truck driver, you need to be professional. Second, your customers that you're delivering to are your bread and butter. That's how trucking works. Third, that's a state contract. You don't want to mess that up. And fourth, I've gone to a lot of high security areas to where I was not allowed to have my phone as a truck driver. I'm guessing this guy hasn't gone to some of those places. But hey, it is what it is. Cell phone, the contraband did not get introduced to the compound. And the truck driver, I hope, lost his job. I don't know. I don't know what the guy's name, except Rob all you need. Now, these three guys here handled it right. They did exactly by the book what they were supposed to do. They did an incident report. They sent it up. It was probably sitting in Tallahassee, and they looked at it. I'm sure they saw this video. There you go. Your main concern when you work at a prison is to secure the institution, keep it safe, keep your officers safe, etc. This guy is just a blooming idiot. Also, if anybody delivers to anything that says Pride of Florida, just so you know, probably a pretty good chance that you're delivering to a prison. And we all have smartphones. Obviously, he's recording on a smartphone. So that being said, why didn't he go to Google Maps and look at the area and try to see exactly what he was delivering to? I always did. If you pull up that area on Google Earth, you can tell it's a freaking prison. There's 3 prisons right there. 3.5 if you count the work camp.
Dude is an idiot.